Okay, I've been meaning to talk about this for a little while, and this isn't even really my theory, but I've heard people on the internet speculate about this before. And it's just something I've seen going on in the world lately, just seems strange to me. Since when do we consider drug dealers terrorists? I get that selling drugs is illegal, and I get that drug dealers in South America have been linked to armed guerrillas and political uprisings in some of these countries in South and Central America, but I have yet to hear about a subway bombing that Tren de Aragua took credit for. I have not seen that. And when I went to look at Homeland Security's website, granted, it hasn't been updated very recently because of the shutdown, but when I looked at the list of the ones who were deported and said to be the worst of the worst, most of them just had drug, weapon, and regular assault charges. Only one of them was actually charged with sexual assault, which is a far cry from the claim of all of them being rapists, or most of them being rapists, which, they keep saying. And keep in mind also, because they're drug dealers, these assault charges could very well have just been disputes over a drug deal that went wrong. I mean, just saying. And don't get me wrong, I agree they shouldn't be here. I agree they should be deported. My point is we shouldn't be bombing their boats. We should just be arresting them like we normally do. Unless the government comes out with harder evidence of terror threats, which they don't seem to have done. Oh, wait, they can't because of the shutdown. Ha ha ha. And keep in mind, if these guys are involved in human trafficking, they might be. I'm not saying that isn't true, but if that is true, are we technically killing innocent victims by bombing the boats that could be transporting them? I mean, why is that not a concern if they really think that this is happening? So in other words, I don't believe any of that good government bullshit, and I hope you don't either. So what's really going on? Well, the theory, and I am not the first one to consider this, but it actually makes some sense, and people speculate that the president's just racist. I don't think that's what's going on here. The people, whether you agree that they're all rapists or not, they do have criminal charges, and they are here illegally. I don't think the boat bombings are really about terrorism or illegal immigration, for that matter. I think what's going on is the same thing that multiple presidential administrations have been going on with for several years, just following a similar pattern. Iraq, going to war for oil. Like I made a video a while back that our support of the Ukraine is to replace Russia as the main supplier of oil and natural gas for Europe. And Venezuela now, what do these countries have in common? They're all OPEC countries, or at least OPEC partner countries. And that's the theory, that we're either fighting OPEC or maybe enforcing their rules. Who knows these days?